Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Okay, whatever. Shall we move on to tweets?
Sure. Why don't we move on to tweets?
Because I'm Slosh, that's why.
Yeah, I'm not exactly certain if sloshed is the correct way to do this show.
I mean, it's been a while. I haven't... So, this bottle of Scotch is the first alcohol that I've had in like a month and a half. It's one of those things where it's like, I have said that like, hey, I can stop anytime I want. Like, is that the kind of thing that an addict would say? But
Yes.
then I just did stop for a while. And then my dad was like, hey, I have free Scotch. It's like, okay, I'm getting drunk again.
Yeah.
So yes, I am not addicted to alcohol. However, I am laying off for tweets
not
for a while.
addicted to Alka-Schmitz.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's mostly gone. It'll be done before the next tweets. I guarantee you. But that's the thing, though, is that like I'm not addicted, but if it's in the house, I drink it. So it's one of those things where it's better for me to just not have it in the house. But like I said, my dad was getting rid of an expensive one, and I was like, okay, I'll take it. Anyway. We got a lot of Elon tweets. Oh, fuck. God damn it. There we go. So, Insurrection Barbie says, I hate to tell you, Democrats, but the economy will be just fine. I guess it's back to everybody's Hitler as a campaign strategy for 2026. To which Elon responded, the Democrat strategy really does default to everyone is Hitler. So the thing about that is, if you have actually given a Nazi salute from the national stage, it's not that you are Hitler, it's that you're a Nazi.
Oh, whoa.
And then Olivia says, time to make Rhino say to like the stream. So yeah, like the stream, or Olivia Williams will get mad at you.
Have I spent this entire time muted?
I don't know. Have you been muted this entire time?
Oh God, I think I might have been.
Maybe.
That would
Olivia
explain...
says to like the stream. She's the only one that can say it. I can't say it myself. Unless she super chats me to say it. So like the stream, I guess.
Entirely fair. That is what somebody who is in need of $6.99 from Olivia would say.
Yeah.
Speaking of being desperate for things, mine is in channel points, so I don't get paid for that. Ninjas, thank you for giving your points for an wow. All of those.
Yeah.
Cinder says, no, you go. Okay, but no, y'all, I'm obviously not on mute on my stream. I have 3 separate mute buttons. I have a mute button for my mic, a mute button for my stream, and a mute button for Rhino.
Oh, the life of a content creator. Yeah, I'm similar situation over here. I can mute you anytime I want. I can mute me anytime I want, but I don't necessarily know the difference.
Clueless Expert says, how many gift subs until an uwu?
Oh, you can give me like 1 fucking sub and I'll give you an uwu. I'm cheap. Service is expensive. You come to me if you want the goods. I just read it out
loud. God, what is wrong with me? Fucking hell.
Uwu? Nobody even paid me for that. I did that for free. You guys owe me money now.
Apparently, I did it for free too. God.
Everybody owes me and Cirrus a sub.
God,
on Twitch.
Fucking damn it. Yeah, hold on. Let me do quick math here. So the YouTube side of this is not monetized yet, but the 72 viewers on Twitch, yes, all of you sub. That would be worth like a few kinks at least. I mean, different sub. Sorry.
I'll be your sub, Cirrus.
God damn it. I guess the answer to your question, Clueless Expert, is none.
Cirrus, I feel like we could make so much fucking money if we started an OnlyFans together.
I feel like that is also possible, but I do not have enough money to make that work.
I don't need any money to make that work.
I would need to pay artists.
You just say the word.
God damn it. An anonymous gifter has gifted out 5 subs, and Regios, thank you very much for gifting out a sub as well. I appreciate it.
Hey, my partner's okay with me sucking your dick. Is your partner okay with that?
She's okay with it, but I don't care for it.
Oh, someone, fuck, who we get? Regios gave out 5 community subs. Thank you, Regios. Regios001, sorry.
Regios did it over on my end, too.
Yeah,
Good.
There we go.
Good shit. Gideon, thank you for resubscribing as well.
I guess we gotta suck each other's dicks or something.
That's not what that means.
No, is it not?
You're horny when you're sloshed.
Just when I'm sloshed? Come on, sirs, come on. I'm horny
You're
when
right.
I'm sober, man.
You're
like,
right. You're a rhino. That's your secret.
I'm
cap.
always
You're
horny.
always horny.
Just ask my partner. She knows. She knows what it's at. Okay, someone redeemed a hydrate because they care about my health. Thank you, Sean Helfin.
Stop caring about his health. Just let it happen. Look, rhinos like an egg. They have expiry dates.
Yeah,
like
however,
any other
like
food.
an egg, the expiry date does not necessarily mean I stink at the end of it. You can still tolerate me. And I know that from experience because, like, when I was a teenager, I kept a package of eggs in my room for like a year with the intention of egging someone's house. I never actually got off the guts to do it. However, I did notice that, like, there wasn't a particularly nasty smell. And then I just chickened out and threw them in the garbage.
Howard.
Yeah, I mean,
Razor, thank you for gifting out a sub.
realistically,
And
it
Liz
was
Chris,
because,
thank
like,
you as well.
teenage me was angry at teenage someone else, and it would have actually been adult parent of teenage someone else that would have had to clean it up. So it's probably best that I didn't. Okay, someone's got a hat. Okay, we're gonna go. Plant genitals on my head.
Plant genitals. Yay.
Okay,
Dorito
so,
Dave says rhino's not like an egg because he's cheap.
yeah. Okay, in Canada, eggs are still less than $4 a dozen, which is like $2.80 US.
Is a third the price we pay here right now. What the fuck?
So yeah. And
how?
You know, we actually still fund our our public health people that are worried about avian flu. So yeah, your guy's just a fucking idiot.
I hate this. Ninjas, thank you for resubscribing. Rosestar, thank you for resubscribing as well.
I had French toast the other day, which is bread that is soaked in eggs.
I technically had Zaxby's for breakfast, but that was mostly because of a mistake I made.
I mean, I also have, like, my partner's kids in particular are really fucking picky. So, like, one of them will only have waffles for breakfast, and the other one will only have cereal.
The last breakfast I cooked was bacon, eggs, and waffles. Saki wanted the waffles covered in peanut butter and bananas, and mine was covered in sugar-free Nutella.
I mean,
they were delicious.
Good. That sounds good.
They were fucking delicious.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, everyone is Hitler. Like, everyone who does the Hitler salute is Hitler. So sure.
Ninjas, I hate this. Ninjas, thank you for subscribing. Taji, thank you for the 40 bits as well. I appreciate it.
So Elon Musk also said, in support of the policies of President Donald Trump and to demonstrate our confidence in the future of the United States, Tesla commits to doubling vehicle production within the U.S. within 2 years.
Is it? Did he say that because the stocks in Tesla
because the
dropped?
stock was down like 50% since December? Yeah. This is about when he tweeted that, when his stock was down 50% since December. Also, if you count the number of American flags that he's got there, do you know how many that is?
I'm just going to take a guess at 14. I'm not even going to count.
It is 14, yeah.
I was
14.
just going to take a guess that it was 14.
So he regularly does like 2 or 3 American flags, but anytime there's a long string of them, it's always 14. Weird how it's always 14. So for those
Yep,
who might not be
specifically.
familiar, that's a reference to the 14 words, which is a fascist thing. So like, yes, not that everyone we don't like is a Nazi. It's that those who are explicitly espousing Nazi things are Nazis.
Haji, thank you for the gifted sub. Aether88, thank you for the gifted sub as well. Jesus Christ, you guys are just trying to keep the hype train going. I appreciate it, but also, holy fuck.
My hype train's not going. Somebody
and
make my hype train keep going.
As for
I'll
the
suck
14
Cyrus's
words,
dick if you make my hype train go.
you've already done that in fan art. At least I
Fair
think
enough,
that happened
yeah.
in fan art. So
I don't know if I've sucked it, but there's been something between me and your dick in fan art.
For those who may not know, just because there is a chance people are coming here from the recent video
Cat, you
and
said
might
coming.
not, God damn it, and might not actually know what the 14 words are. The 14 words are: we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children.
Yeah,
It was
so
a slogan
anytime
coined
Elon
by
Musk
David
is complaining
Lane.
about how white people don't have enough babies, it's a reference to the 14 words.
Yeah, David Lane wrote those, and he was one of the most prolific members of a group known as the Order. The Order was
Thank
a
you to
giant white
Content83 for giving
supremacist
out
group.
5 gift subs to the community. Thank you for that.
Rose Star,
Appreciate it.
thank you for gifting a sub as well. I appreciate it.
It's my side that needs the hype train.
Wait, didn't you have a hype train a little earlier? Aren't you in
Maybe.
cooldown mode?
Yeah, but it doesn't keep going unless people keep giving subs.
Yeah, but if it's already ended, it can't start again because it's in cooldown mode.
Shh! I need my hypes.
I mean,
my
so
hypes.
definitely more
We
people
both
can
need
try.
money. Give us both money.
Gideon Wells and Regios both thank you for resubscribing as well and getting us to level 3
I
on
have
hype
kids.
train.
My kids want to eat. Cyrus
Not
doesn't
David-
have kids.
Not David Blaine, David Lane. And I do have a girlfriend who can't really work, so there is that. That's not the same thing as a kid.
I have a
but
partner who can't work until she graduates from college.
That's different than disabilities, but I understand.
She might have accidentally gotten a job as a yoga teacher.
Razor Storm says 14 words usually also comes with 88. In modern parlance, yes, it's usually 1488. The 14 words and then 88 for Heil Hitler. But
Here's the thing. I actually searched Elon's Twitter feed for the American flag. And like he either does it in 2s or 3s or 14s.
Jesus fucking Christ,
There's
Hell
nothing
Down
else.
Hillbilly and Ninjas,
It's
thank you for
always
the subs.
14s. It's always 14.
I would consider that a little yikesy.
You can say like, oh, he's just trying to troll the people who will look for that kind of thing, but like, at this point, like after he's given the fucking Hitler salute to the fascist regime, can you still say it's trolling when he does 14 of anything?
I would just say with maximum confidence, anybody who doesn't know what Poe's law is should probably get familiarized with Poe's law when they try to argue for that. So again, for those who might not know, just because some people might not,
Kotan83 says, so is Rhino denouncing the pregnant Cyrus?
I don't think he's denouncing it.
So
I think he wants to be the cause of it.
In that specific fan art, I explicitly say that I am not the father. Just saying.
Again, I'm fairly certain that it's more that you want to be the cause of it, but that's, you know.
I like it
anyway,
when people do fan art that you don't like.
God fucking damn it. Where was I?
I don't know. Something about 14 words.
It was not the 14 words. It was the other thing, not 88.
ADHD?
I said first. ADHD is the problem right now. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm looking for the solution, not the final solution. That's
Solution
what Nazis look
is
for.
Adderall. Sorry, you can't get that. You're in the States.
I have the opportunity to try now. Poe's law. There we go. Okay. So for those who don't know what Poe's law is the concept that the closer you get to extremism, the harder it is to differentiate it from parody. So a Poe is generally somebody who is trying to parody an extremist group. The problem with being a Poe, especially when you are a Poe of Elon Musk's size, because there is no way to tell the difference between parody and an actual true blue believer of something at that stage, you do just as... I just bit my fucking tongue. You do just as much trolling of the left as you do signaling for the right. You don't have to truly be a Nazi. The point of criticizing Elon Musk doing this is not to say in his heart of hearts he's a Nazi. I don't give a fuck what's in his heart of hearts as long as it's devoid of blood in the next few days. I don't give a shit what's in his actual heart of hearts. I care about the material effect of the things that he says and the things that he does. I'm a pragmatist. I care about usefulness. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. I give a fuck what happens as a result of what he
Usefulness
says.
would be if someone was extremely brave, and I'm not going to elaborate on that.
God, I love
Luigi.
Mario.
We love you.
Jesus Christ.
Less Than Lucid says, but I thought Rhino was snipped. Yes, I was snipped. However, the fan art does not agree.
Less Than Lucid, you may not understand this, but on the internet, there is nothing that saves you from mpreg.
Nope.
Not even in the slightest.
Well, you know what? I don't think you've ever impregnated me in mpreg stuff.
God fucking damn it.
It's been the other way around, but I don't think you've ever gotten me. So
Darren Ambassador says, no matter how ridiculous the position, there is someone who will genuinely espouse it. Yeah. That's like
that's Poe's law.
If you pretend to be a flat earther, you are a lightning rod that will attract other flat earthers. You may find somebody on the fence who will find whatever argument you're giving as a Poe flat earther convincing enough to jump onto your, not really your, but your fake side of the fence. And now, by being a jokester, by being a Poe, you've caused real, measurable damage.
That's why, as tempting as it is to go right wing for the grift, I just can't do it because that's actually harmful. Like, I could make a lot of money if I suddenly converted to Christianity. But that would be harmful to society, so I'm not going to do it. Sometimes it sucks having a conscience, you know? I wish I could just be a fucking bad guy.
I understand the feeling. I understand the feeling.
Anyway, next up we get Elon Musk saying, oh, it's so traumatic to answer an email, referring to the list 5 things you did email thing, which
it is traumatic to be told that your livelihood is going to be gutted away from you if you don't do everything that a fascistic organization or administration is trying to get you to do. When they're basically saying, when your boss has gone from make sure that your tasks are done and everything's Gucci to, hey there, buddy, how you doing? I need you to tell me in 5 words what value you brought to the company today. Just asking. That's all.
Knowing a couple people who do work for the federal government, I can say that like the email was so much more than just like, oh no, it's traumatic to answer an email. It's more about like, how much am I allowed to tell them? Does the fact that Elon Musk has been posting on Twitter that like anyone who doesn't answer the email is automatically fired, like that's counted as a resignation? Like, is that actually true? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, that is concerning in the very least. And then there's the added complication of like, the work that I do is classified. Can I send classified information to an unsecured, or like, we don't know how they're securing it, opm.gov email address? Like, we don't know what's going on here. Do I even need, like, does he actually have the authority to fire me, or does he not? We don't know. Nobody fucking knows. Like, it's not about like, oh, it's so traumatic to answer an email. It's about the implications that come along with that email.
This is also Elon Musk, and I'm going to say the word that a long time ago would have gotten me dismissed immediately by a certain subsect of people on the internet. So Elon's coming from a position of privilege. He's been privileged enough to never have to worry where his next meal is coming from. He's been privileged enough to never have to be concerned about that. So from my perspective, I was incredibly happy getting that pizza because as of right now, I've got a little bit of money from my birthday in cash, and then $30 in my bank account. And that's just what I've got until I get paid. because of a muck up I had on Patreon. So I am also behind on bills. So getting a meal sent to me, it's huge. It's a big thing for me. That's, oh shit, I don't have to prepare this with stuff I've got. That saves me spoons. That saves me time. That saves me money that, quite frankly, at the moment, I don't really have. That's not a thought that has ever crossed Elon's mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, put a pin in that. Now imagine you're a government worker. Government workers don't get paid as much as a lot of people do in the private sector on average. Not without good reason. They have way better benefits and their job security is technically a lot better, but on average they do get paid a little bit less. And if we can accept that most people's wages have not kept up with the rising prices of food, housing prices, and thanks to Trump, definitely soon to be the automobile industry. If we accept that, consider you're a government employee. You're probably living some form of paycheck to paycheck. You may not think you're living paycheck to paycheck because you've got like $1,000 in savings, but that's not going to do you a whole lot of good if you lose your job tomorrow. So you are actually living paycheck to paycheck, statistically. If you are that person and somebody is not so subtly threatening your job with, I just want to know a little bit of information, that's all I'm trying to do, that is a far more traumatic thing for somebody whose next meal for them, their family, their loved ones, their children, is reliant on that income. And their ability to get another job afterwards is reliant on that too. Because you don't want to be the person who has to go, I was fired from the federal government. Can I get a job at McDonald's?
Apropos of nothing, I did just update my address with TreatStream.
You're great at this.
So if you send me a hamburger from Wendy's, which I think is the only thing I selected, it'll actually come to me at some point. I think. I don't know. But yeah, feeding kids is expensive.
Especially when they're picky.
Oh my god.
And you can't just do so like I have a friend over right now, one of my best friends that I've had for years. And last night, while we were all gaming, I prepared a meal and then tossed it into the oven so that it could be a thing consumed over the next day, basically. And the meal, I've talked about it on stream. It's a thing that my mom taught me how to make. It is just you scallop potatoes, you scallop onions, you throw in like jarred garlic, and then you cut up hot dogs, and you add cheese, and you bake it all in the oven until you get effectively a casserole that didn't take you a whole lot of effort. Season it with whatever you want. It's a very low effort dish, and it probably cost for the whole skillet maybe $3.50 worth of food. And I got reminded as soon as I woke up, my friend was just like, so you know that's a struggle meal, right? And I was like, oh, that's why my mom taught me how to make it when we didn't have money. And she wouldn't tell me we didn't have money because she was a mother of a child who didn't want to tell them that.
It's like Bubble and Squeak. If you go to a fancy restaurant, sometimes you'll see Bubble and Squeak as like something that they'll do as a side dish. But its origins are basically like what British people would have had in the pantry that they wouldn't have to like go out and buy new food for, like just random leftovers, essentially.
Yup. Exelis was taken, says, I love struggle meals, though. I do, too. They're very, very comforting to me, but I think the reason they're comforting to me more than anything is that I grew up really poor. So I don't like hot dogs. Not really. Like, I'll eat a hot dog if it's what's available, but I never go out seeking a hot dog. But there's a lot of meals that involve hot dogs that I really like. And I don't think it's because I specifically really like those meals because of the taste and flavor. I think I'm remembering a part of my childhood that I was a little worse for wear on than I thought about. Moriarty says, hot dogs are the most mid food ever. They are. They are a very mid food, but I definitely enjoy myself a lot of struggle meals that are made with hot dogs. I learned how to make
Just fucking
biscuits and gravy
mac and
with
cheese
hot
with
dogs.
hot dogs is fine.
Mac and cheese with hot dogs is also fantastic. Olivia says, "What would you say to someone like Steve McRae who's gone full transphobe?"
Oh my
I would
God.
say nothing.
Fuck Steve McRae is what I would say.
I would say that as an individual, he stopped being worth my time a very long time ago, and it is not a. I would not say something to them. I consider that very far beneath me.
Yeah.
Also, Moriarty, since you're here, have you gotten Monster Hunter Wilds? Because if so, I need your hunter ID. Or we should play Fortnite again at some point. One or the other, or both. Don't care which.
I have been playing that fucking beaver game, Timberborn.
Timberborn?
Timberborn. It's a city building game where you're a bunch of beavers, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
That's all I got. It's what it tickles all the right spots in my brain. It's technically still in early access, but I have fun with it. Okay. Anyway,
What do we got next?
Next up.
Is it more Musk?
no, it's Kevin Sorbo. He
Oh,
posted
at
a
least
meme
it's-
that said, "Imagine, if you will, a government so corrupt that it tries to convince the people that accountability is illegal." Like, so you mean the Trump
hold on a minute.
administration?
Yeah, I was gonna
Is
say
he-
that sounds like a lot of what the Trump admin's been
Is
doing.
he coming around to being anti-Trump?
I don't think so.
Like, that's what it sounds like.
No, I don't think that's Kevin Sorbo. That's unless somebody took over his account. We need to go check and see if he's dead.
Who cares if he's dead? It's fucking Kevin Sorbo.
I'm sure somebody would be disappointed.
Scott D says,
K-Swords, I have to
reference
make the joke.
Timberborn says, "We are the beaver. We're furry and we're free." I joke around with my my partner a lot. Like, she'll ask me, "Oh, what are you doing?" "I'm playing with my beaver." Playing with my beavers because I love playing with my beavers. It's so fun playing with my beavers.
One of my mods just sent me a link to Timberborn and was like, "Actually, it's a pretty cool game. You should
It
try
is
it."
a good game. I enjoy it.
I'd say my only hangup is that right now, me and practically all of my real life friends have all been playing Monster Hunter.
Except for me, because I've been
Then-
playing Timberborn.
And get Monster Hunter and play with me. It's a fun fucking game.
I'm sure it is, but probably not for me. Everybody says that Cyberpunk is a fun game, but like, I've played like an hour or two and been like, eh.
Okay, so here's the thing with Monster Hunter. Do you like Ocarina of Time?
Yes,
Do you like the boss fights in Ocarina of Time?
I guess.
Would you like a game that is mostly boss fights of that scale with a control scheme very close to Ocarina of Time's? And the entire thing is you are downing these bosses with your friends.
I don't know.
And the game is the epitome of beat up a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
I don't know.
Because when you kill a monster, you get its bones, its skin, all of the shit that it had as a living being, and you have to craft weapons with the things you pulled up from the monster.
I don't know.
I've got it. GE's got it. He hasn't had much time to play it, but he's got it too.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how I got into Magic, was through GE. Fuck him.
Yeah, and and then you got to play it with your kids.
With my kids. Oh, that sounds like work.
You're a dad, of course it's work.
Fucking spending time with my kids.
Jesus Christ. Moriarty says, speaking of beavers, we'll take the opportunity to recommend watching the movie Hundreds of Beavers. I'm actually not familiar with that movie.
I'm not familiar with it either.
Is it in the public domain? Am I able to do this on stream without getting in trouble? Or let me see here. Hold on. Oh, 2022. It's definitely not in the public domain. Definitely not. Said Rhino's looking uncomfy now. I don't know what he's doing on his computer over there.
I'm updating Treat Stream because I'm actually kind of hungry right now, and I'm like, oh, maybe somebody could send me food. But I don't know how it fucking works.
Something fishy says, wait, what kind of beaver? The best kind. I don't know. I'd say the edible kind, but I think beavers are edible in any case.
Sit on my face.
Oh my god, what
Let me eat that beaver.
Jesus Christ. What's our next tweet?
Are we doing tweets? I don't fucking know. I've got alcohol again. I haven't done alcohol in a while. I don't know how this works with alcohol. Liz Churchill says, oh, wow, President Trump should sue her. He's a serial misogynist, a sexual abuser, a rapist, and he's in the White House, says Canadian Green Party leader Elizabeth May. Good for fucking her.
But wait, hold on. We actually have a court document that states that he is those things.
Those are accurate things about President Trump.
Like, you don't actually have to say allegedly when it comes to calling Trump a rapist. Because that's a thing we had. It was a New York court, too, wasn't it?
Something like that. I don't fucking know. He is a rapist. That is a fact of law.
Yeah, let's see here. A jury verdict in May 2023 found Trump liable for sexually abusing and defaming Carroll and ordered him to pay $5 million in damages. He then made an unsuccessful counterclaim in December of 2024 and lost his appeal. That was E. Jean Carroll versus Donald Trump. So, I'm sorry that she thinks that that's a thing to sue over, but no, we have legal documentation from recent years that you are able to say those things about the sitting United States president. There's nothing libelistic about it. There's nothing slanderous about it. That is just what the jury found.
Hydrate Van Briggs.
So I don't know where the fuck she's coming from.
Yeah, no. Trump should sue her for saying the things that have already been legally determined to be accurate. Yeah.
Yep. It's what we have here is a failure to something. Human
and then in response to that, someone said Canada should immediately issue an apology. So here's
Canada, the country of Canada.
So here's the thing, though. We're so good at passive aggressive apologies. You don't want to demand an apology from Canada. So we'll be like, I'm sorry that you guys elected a fucking idiot.
I'm sorry.
I am so sorry that you elected a fucking idiot to lead your country. That deeply pains me that you elected a fucking idiot to lead your country. But that is what it is, so we're going to have to deal with it. So we will go fucking Canadian on your ass if necessary.
Y'all are responsible for enough war crimes. I don't want to hear the term.
We are the reason for
Canadian.
the Geneva Convention. You guys think it was the Nazis? It was fucking us.
No, yeah, it's called the Geneva Suggestions
stopped
for
after
you.
Once.
For you, it's the Geneva Suggestions, and you know it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't fuck with Canada. We will mess you the fuck up.
Jesus Christ. She's coming from a place of
Van
Elizabeth
Briggs
May.
a hat. I'm sorry, Van Briggs. I didn't see that. You get the fascinator.
I'm not going to make the joke again.
That it's fascinating?
It's the least fascinating thing on this stream.
Okay. The redheaded libertarian says if women stopped working, everything would be fine. If men stopped working, everyone would die. This was quoting a video that said the same thing.
That's only the case because of how many people are currently employed that are men versus women. But if you just had women working in the same positions that the men were, then it wouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're fine.
So the thing that she was looking at was there was some video about a guy who had nothing to back it up, But he was saying like, oh, the men protect the women, and so that's what allows women to be the girl boss sort of thing. But like when studies have actually been done in it, like societies have been found in the past to like be fairly equitable, because as it turns out, a woman can take down a woolly mammoth the same as a man.
Yeah, this cool thing about tools, they're equalizers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa. I'm not threatened by a woman. What if the woman had a gun?
Jester says, on the war crimes, well, we're waiting.
Oh my fucking god. I heard that in Jaleel White's voice.
I don't know who Jaleel White is.
Steve Urkel.
Okay.
He's or not Steve Urkel, just Urkel. So Urkel from Family Matters.
I know who Urkel is.
Right. He was also the original United States voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
And one of the phrases that he said a lot in the show was, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Just to hear that in Urkel's voice, that's what you have. That's what I heard when I read that.
Fair enough.
Aether says, did I hear the Geneva checklist?
The Geneva suggestions. Virgil L. Walker says, we have $36 trillion in debt, and we currently run $2 trillion in budget deficits, and people are angry about tariffs and Doge cuts. You've got to be kidding. Here's the thing, though. The Doge cuts and tariffs and whatnot are not even going to come close to equalizing that shit.
Like, why are we upset about the tariffs and the Doge cuts? Because the Doge cuts and tariffs affect American citizens.
If you want to actually make a difference in the deficit or in the debt, then you cut the military. You don't cut Social Security.
Never going to do that.
You don't cut any of the other programs you don't cut SNAP benefits. You don't cut the programs that they're aiming for. You cut the military. That if you're actually concerned about balancing the budget, you cut the military, because it's the number one spending thing that the U.S. has. And it's like the U.S. military spends like 5 times more. I don't know the exact number. It was somewhere around there. 5 times more than the next biggest military spender on the planet. So, fuck you with the, like, no, cutting Social Security is not going to get you out of debt.
Fuck you with your pink hair.
No, fuck you with your gung-ho, we must spend all we can on the military and pay for it by cutting Social Security nonsense. Alex Marshall says, tax the billionaires. Indeed. I agree. They should be taxed.
Just remember, there's a reason that we call it the pound of flesh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, apparently that was the last tweet. What the fuck?
We're only like, what, 5 this time?
No, I think I got more than that. We got 1, 2, 3 Musks, 4 Musks, and then a Case Orbs, and a Liz, and a Chica, and a Redhead. Huh. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Hey, it felt like a lot less than that.
Apparently it did feel... Well, I mean, it was like 4 or 5 Musk in there.
I guess that's why it felt like it was fewer, because it felt like one elongated Elon tweet.
Anyway, if y'all aren't going to buy me some Wendy's, I'm going to have to cook a frozen burger that I have in my fridge. So
Is it like from the store, or is it like a food prepped burger?
I don't know what the difference there is.
Of a burger patty you get from the store, which is usually just like meat and filler, versus a food prepped burger where you've taken ground beef and you've mixed all of your seasonings and everything else you wanted to it and then prepped it yourself.
I haven't made a ground beef burger myself. It is a frozen ground beef burger. Although I feel like our food regulations are different. So our frozen burger has more beef in it than yours.
That's very likely true. Razor says that his treat stream is empty.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like me just not knowing how to set it up.
Yeah.
So, but I still want a burger because I talked about it. So I'm going to go make one. So fuck you for not buying me a burger that I didn't make it possible for you to buy.
Would that make it an impossible burger.
Oh, it's an Impossible Burger. Okay, sure, why not? As always, fuck off.